In this video, we are taking a look at the best hunter method in the game that a lot of people don't know about. It is a very intense method, but in return for that effort, you can expect to get over double the XP of any other method.
What you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk?
I'ma get you drunk, get you love drunk on my hump, 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 my lovely little lumps. Check it out. I got these fuckers crazy. I do it on the daily. They treat me really nicely. They buy me all these ices. Dolce and Gabbana.
Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and you want to support high quality RuneScape content. We're currently approaching 10,000 subscribers and I have some big plans for once we hit that. Welcome to the Croesus Front, home to many skilling activities including woodcutting, fishing, mining and hunter. And today we are talking about Hunter and how you can get up to 2 million Hunter XP per hour here. But before we get into that, I will show you the more common Hunter method that people do here. The Croesus Front holds a couple of Hunter nodes. Here you can train Hunter pretty AFK by clicking the nodes and then waiting for them to deplete. You can start doing this at level 88 Hunter and get even better XP rates at level 92 Hunter when you can start to hunt the nodes with the little sparkles above them, which give increased experience. When you use porters here, this can be an extremely AFK way to train Hunter, and it will net you anywhere between 350,000 to 500,000 experience per hour, depending on your luck with the sparkles and depending on if you hop worlds to hunt the sparkle nodes. You can use things like the Hunter aura and the Hunter outfit to increase the chance of you catching these things and therefore increase your experience per hour. However, that is not the main thing we're talking about today. Today I'm going to show you how you can boost this XP rates up to almost 2 million XP. One thing to point out is that this method only starts working at 99 and so will be a method that you will be using to go past 99 for a goal like 120 or 200 mil XP, as this method requires the 99 Hunter Cape. The 99 Hunter Cape has a perk that allows you to activate it to guarantee a capture on the next attempt. And we can use that effect to allow us to get a successful catch every 2 ticks, or every 1.2 seconds. Considering we will be guaranteeing our catches, buffs that buff your catch rate like familiars, potions and the aura are no longer that useful in this specific method. Therefore, the only boosts you'll want to use are things like Torstal Sticks, the Wisdom aura, the Wise perk, and the Inspire Effort relic, which all are just straight up XP boosts. And perhaps most importantly, make sure to use Hunter urns alongside an urn enhancer, as they are a straight up 20% XP increase. When I talk about XP rates later, I will only be talking about the XP rates with the urns and no additional extra boosts. So you can get the XP rates even higher if you use the boosts I mentioned earlier, or if you have bonus XP or something. So, how do we do this method? We need to keybind a couple of things. First up, we keybind fungal spores and enriched fungal spores. The reason I'm keybinding these is because I don't use porters here. You can use porters and then you don't have to drop these, but considering they're such low value anyway, and this method already is very intense, I might as well drop these as well. Then we need one more keybind, which is the Hunter Cape. The method is pretty simple. You're going to click on the node and click on your cape keybind at the same time. Then you're going to wait 2 ticks and do the same thing, and repeat this over and over and over and over. It might be tricky to get the timing down at first, but once you do, the timing is quite forgiving and you'll be able to keep this up for quite a while. Typically, I have about a 95% success rate once I start doing this for a bit. You know you're pressing your keybind and clicking too quickly when you don't see your character do any animation, and you know you're too late when you see your character do this full animation. You know you're doing it right when your animation gets cancelled right as your character puts his hands up. Obviously, this method is very intense, so why would you do this? Well, there's a couple of things that are great here. First off is obviously the experience. You get a base of 520 XP here every time you do this, and considering you can get a catch every 1.2 seconds, that translates to 3000 catches per hour. And if you don't use any boosts, except for Hunter Urns, you will be gaining 1,872,000 experience every hour, or over 2 million experience per hour if you do use some or all of those boosts. Now, obviously, this method is very intense and requires you to be pretty tick perfect, so more realistically, you will not actually hit 3000 hunts per hour. As I said, once I get into the rhythm, I can get about 95% accuracy, but let's say you're way lower and you're at about 75% accuracy. That is still 1.5 million experience per hour, which is still about double of any other method. On top of all that XP, you will also be able to get 10 big troves every single hour, which translates to about 4.5 million GP on average. This is also the fastest way to get big anima by far. You can get away with up to 27,000 anima of big every single hour, which is not that valuable for main accounts, but they can be converted to the same amount of big arrows for Iron Man. Finally, assuming you have the Sword of Edicts perk at the Memorial to Gothics active, you will be able to get memory shards here. Those memory shards can be used for a variety of things. I typically use them for porters, and when I do, I can get about 1,500 porter chargers every hour doing this hunter method. And finally, one more thing which is very niche, but if you're like me and you've stacked up a bunch of hunter brawlers over time, this is also a pretty good place to use them. Technically, you can get more XP out of them by doing Big Game Hunter, but if you don't want to spend that much time using all your brawling gloves, this is a great alternative. You will use them pretty quickly here, but if you have a lot of them stacked up, you can get 3,230,000 XP in Hunter doing this method with urns and brawling gloves, which can go even higher on double XP weekend, bonus XP, and all these other buffs. Obviously, you can only do this with brawlers you have stocked up, but if you have a lot of them, this is something to consider, and that is how you can get the fastest Hunter XP rates in the game. Before we go, I want to say that this video was once again made possible by the channel members and the Twitch subscribers. If you have Amazon Prime and you want to support this channel, consider giving a free Twitch Prime sub over on Twitch. I will be live as I upload this video, so come say hi.